WCT6 champions. They managed to come through top of their group with a victory over Anarchy and a sudden death win over Kimio Volt. Kimio Volt's fate was sealed before it actually went to that sudden death chase-off. They knew they weren't going through, but it was the icing on the cake for this Kunoichi team. Valkyrie free run have been a real surprise. They kicked off the tournament by beating the great Apex team 3-0 as well, and then had a real thriller with Urban Core Nano, which they only lost by the odd point. It's this team featuring players from France and Holland and Germany and Belgium, and a couple, two sisters in Elizabeth and Zoe Hopkins from Great Britain as well. It is Kunoichi versus Valkyrie for the right to face Urban Core Nano in the final of the first ever Women's World Championship that will take place here at Les Arènes in every Corcoran. It is a pretty much full house for this one. Semi-final 2. Fernando RC bringing out the teams. Kunoichi led by Jess Chan, who's been a driving force in the creation, not just of this team, but a women's division in World Chase Tag, the culmination of which has been this, the first ever Women's World Championship. A couple of new recruits in Tiana and Domino, who have played their part so far. And nice to see Oran Florinda back in action following a very, very nasty injury out in the States last time out.
And opponents in the red corner, invading us, Valkyrie Freerun!
Our Valkyrie Freerun, they have surpassed their own expectations by reaching this stage. It all started with that brilliant win over Apex Nemesis in their opening game. But Evelyne Rosière, Evie, the former rugby player based in Antwerp in Belgium, has turned out to be a real find for this team. Zoe Hopkins with a couple of evasions is their leading scorer, and I think they're underdogs in this one, Joey, but I don't really know. You can't say with any certainty what's going to happen in this women's division.
Yeah, it's very hard to say with any real certainty. I would put them as underdogs still. This Kunoichi squad is veterans to the sport, and the newcomers that they brought on have shown so much power and so much ability on the quad already that you cannot count them as newcomers. They are solid. That means Valkyrie's going to have to show something special, but that is nothing new to them. They've already done it once. I'm not saying they can't do it again.
Well, Tamara Lang will start off for Valkyrie as evader, hanging around by the tilted Q, based in Utrecht in the Netherlands. And it is Oran who comes in. Talked about her in the group stages, just getting her confidence back for major tournaments, having come off the bars and woken up in the ambulance on the way to hospital when she was out in the States, but that was a pretty confident start from her.
Yeah, very confident start. It was a bit unorthodox, going up high, reaching over towards the platform. Usually you're trying to get inside the tilted cube. Instead, just dropping down off the outside, capitalizing on this mistake from Tamara to be too close to the ridge when battling on the cube.
Well, Oran just changing her mind about where to start. Just staying on the move already before the chase has even begun. Trying to keep Elizabeth Hopkins guessing. But there's no guessing here. This is decisive. And it's a race across the front, and she knew if she reached out she'd get the tag without even needing to dive.
Yeah, coming in with so much speed and so much power. I think she may have caught Oran off guard just a little bit. Now that was a lot of running, but I don't think it's too much to be tired for this evasion, so she set up pretty solid.
Domino.
Chase 3, Valkyrie evasion.
Kyrgyzstan, Bishkek to be exact. Jumps up onto the ridge. Stamps down. And it is Liz Hopkins who goes around the outside and heads off to the sisters, steps up onto them, but Domino's close. Domino's really close. Domino is close enough in the end. Looked a little bit touch and go, but she got there.
Yeah, that one was scary. It almost looked like Elizabeth was gone. There was an attempt by Domino somewhere along the way that slowed her down a little bit. But as we've seen so many times, when you're in a foot race for that long and you choose to go under the mountain, you're pretty much always getting tagged to that dive slide.
Well, they're sending in Tamara again. So we've not seen anything of Evie yet, but they might be saving her for somebody like Jess Chan, somebody like Tiana perhaps. They want to keep her fresh because they feel that's a matchup that can work. Tamara stepping up onto those bars in the tilted cube, reaches over the top but can't get there. Domino's away to the loading bay, now under the ridge, and 2 seconds left, 1 second left. That's the first point. Kunoichi take the lead.
Domino coming in clutch with the first evasion, navigating the tilted cube really well. Tamara deciding to go again with that gate vault tag. If you practice the Ludi, that is the guarantee there. Domino not getting caught, putting up that distance and putting up the first point.
Quarter of the way through, 1-0 Kunoichi. As Elizabeth Hopkins comes back into the action. They've only used 2 players so far, Valkyrie. But they find themselves 1-0 down. Elizabeth can't make the tag at first. She tries to reach there, and that platform got in the way, but she keeps on going. Domino hops up onto the platforms there, and she manages to put some distance between them, and she goes under the mountain, and it might be doubling up. It is doubling up.
Domino coming away with 2. All right, after she makes that move at the mountain, it became yet again another foot race. But instead of wrapping all the way around Lazy Boy, she cuts, goes up the front line, striding across the sisters, and that is really what gave her the space.
Now we see Evie come into the action, but maybe it's because Valkyrie find themselves 2-0 down and need to make sure that it does not get any worse. Evie, an imposing presence, an aggressive style, and it gets the job done to stop Domino's little run.
Yeah, I love to see that from Evie. Not even going for the full spider, just getting one leg in and then shifting that same leg all the way out the other side, prepared for either direction. Now, she gets a quick tag, and we know Evie is a star of this squad. She is prepped for the next 2 evasions. She's got the legs, does she have the tactics?
Okay, there's a first look at Tiana, who's been a real find. 3 evasions already in this tournament for Tiana, and look at the way she goes through the tilted cube there to make the tag. Let's hear from Domino, who's put Kunoichi 2-0 up in this one. Domino, your first evasion for the World Championship, how you feeling?
Freaking awesome. We visualized evasions. I visualized 2 in a row at least, and I got that. Our mental fortitude is freaking on.
Mental fortitude,
Yeah.
I like
That's what
it.
it's all about. We prepared mentally so much. We visualized, meditated. So not only physical training, but mental training. That's what it's all about. We're here.
That is exactly what I did myself ahead of today.
I know
Now
you
in
did.
comes Julie.
Let's go, T.
Julie, the team captain for Valkyrie, up onto the sisters, setting off through the mountain. She goes low and she loses a bit of time, loses a bit of space, loses a bit of speed, and they might be going further behind here, because Tiana for yet another point through the mountain brilliantly. It's 3-0 Kunoichi.
Oh, Tiana looks so strong. It looked like there was a bit of hesitation coming in from Julie going under the mountain. There was an opportunity for 1 tag, and that was coming under the mountain, had to go for that slide. But I think she got a little bit too close for the bar. As she started to crouch down for it, had to pull off, and that lost a lot of distance.
3-0.
Well, it's the other Hopkins sister, Zoe. Elizabeth. No, it is Zoe, beg your pardon, coming in. But Tiana is tagged at the base of the mountain. But 9 chasers in, it is 3-0 Kunoichi. And Valkyrie, this is the sort of comeback that we've not seen. They pulled off comebacks, but not this sort of stuff.
This is a big ask right here, but a spike tag like that does truly set you up. The pressure is on for Zoe, but if she can show up and even put 1 point on the board, that brings hope to her squad.
3-0.
Well, it's the Floridian, Caitlin. Who comes in fresh, looking to preserve this lead. Kunoichi closing in on the final. They were the finalists at the Pan American Championships. They were beaten by Apex. That won't happen.
Oh, good cut.
Oh, good dive, but it doesn't matter because Zoe's managed to send her and turn around. And Caitlin couldn't stop her. Can she stop her here? She can't get an opportunity. Now then, Valkyrie. Now then, Valkyrie. They've got a point on the board.
There's that point. There's that confidence coming in. Zoe's got to be feeling really good about that one. Noticing that Caitlin is setting up for the dive through Lazy Boy, makes that one necessary cut, and then was never in danger again.
Jess Chan, team captain, Kunoichi.
Valkyrie evading. 3-1, Kunoichi.
Athletes
Feels pivotal, this. Either Jess tags and has a chance to put them 4-1 up going into the final stages, or the gap closes to just 1 point. Zoe, all around the tilted cube, goes under the mountain. Jess trying to cut her off at the ridge, and she dives and doesn't get there. She's not there. Now, this might be happening. She turns and stops. Was that wide?
Oh!
It was wide. She got away with it. It looked like she was completely run out of steam. It didn't matter because the time ran out for Jess.
She puts 2 on the board. Jess going for a really nice cut from Ridge, doing that reverse Dorito cut. All was inches away from catching the foot, and then runs her down into the Lazy Boy corner. But she must have gone immediately. Instead, opts to drop a leg through, and that cost her the tag.
Wow. Domino back in, and let's see how strong that mental fortitude is, because back-to-back evasions for Valkyrie might be turning this game around, but Zoe must be gassed, and she is, because Domino makes a pretty quick tag.
Yeah, Zoe looks so tired there. I've been in that position before, and when you're that tired, all you can do is try to play the obstacle that you have. Even though Tilted Cube isn't the highest EQ we have, you can dance around a little bit, and that's what she attempted to do. Didn't have the legs to make a cut, though.
3-2 Kunoichi, Domino on the quad, but Evie comes in.
3-2, Kunoichi.
Athletes ready!
Evie. Can she make this tag? If she can't, they've got serious problems. Oh, she just lost her foot in there, lost her balance, but she manages to get up and going. The legs were pumping, the tag is made. Evie gets on the quad and can level this match up.
Yeah, great work there from Evie. Getting a little bit frustrated, had to be frustrated, make a good move, looking like maybe she was gonna step through the ridge, instead immediately darting around to the outside.
Right, this might be the matchup between the two newest recruits, brand new players to Chase Tag, and they have been utterly spellbinding in this tournament. But which one prevails? Could Valkyrie come back from 3-0 down to level this game? It is down to Evie. Tiana trying to get there. Real furious stuff from Evie, not that controlled, but she turns around in open space and the tag comes in! Unbelievable! Is that the moment? Tiana makes the tag. I think we can get to that Valkyrie team. Was that the moment? Is that the decisive moment? How are you feeling? This is so close, but maybe that was the moment to draw level. It could have changed things.
15,
It's intense, but with the match still going on, everything is to play for, and we're for sure down to compete and get that tag.
Well, it's down to Julie now, who comes in. If she does not get this tag, it is game over, and Kunoichi are in the final. Julie up onto the sisters. Tiana shaking one way and goes around the front line. Julie into the loading bay, onto the sisters. And Tiana's away, Julie's closing down the space, but the dive doesn't make contact, and she grits her teeth and heads after her, but she cannot get there. It's the end for Valkyrie. Kunoichi celebrate. It is a 4-2 victory. They were cruising, they were in control, they were pegged back, and were it not for a tag from new recruit Tiana on new recruit Evie for Valkyrie, that could have turned around.
Absolutely, and Tiana again looking so strong for this Kunoichi squad. Domino also coming in clutch. The two new recruits looking incredibly strong and looking like the star players.
Well, an astonishing contest. It did look like one-way traffic. Then all of a sudden, when it was threatening to turn around, Kunoichi managed to find something. And once again, it was Tiana Webley, known as Sweet Tea, who has managed to get the job done. I think we can grab a few words with the victors Kunoichi are through to the final. They will take on Urban Core Nano for the World Championship title. Greg Ball is with the winners.
Once again, the level of performance in this competition is going through the roof. Not only have you just knocked out Valkyrie, who've got Nemesis out, the Pan Am champions, but you've also knocked out Kimio Volt, the French champions. You must be over the moon right now.
We didn't knock Nemesis out in the Pan American. We won the U.S. championship.
There we go, there we go. My apologies. But you've still got one of your hardest matchups to come. You got Urban Corp Nano in the finals up next. How are you feeling about that? Have you envisioned that one yet?
Yeah, this is what we wanted. They're like such good competition. We want to go out and perform and give it our all. We want to be able to showcase our skills. So we're very excited to go against Nano, a very good and talented team.
And you're definitely doing that so far. What's your strategy gonna be when it comes to Leia?
Freaking take her down.
We're just gonna take her down.
Take her down. Yeah.
Let's go. That was absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see this final. It's going to be charged. Thank you so much.